Hi guys, time to get rocking and rolling with another math lesson. So we're going to get started with our mental math and fluency. We're going to be doing some more work with our two-digit subtraction with regrouping, or sometimes it is called borrowing. That's how your parents and I learned it when we went to school. So we're just going to get some more practice with it. It really is something that you need to know how to do, and we need to train our brain how to do it. We're so used to just being able to subtract one number from the next, and we're not used to having to go somewhere else to get more of what we need to help us subtract. And we also need to train our brains to know that I can't do turnaround facts with subtraction. So if I don't have enough, I'm going to have to find enough from somewhere. So we're going to do another little YouTube video, not mine, but somebody else's, to help us practice it, and we'll find some other ways as well. So let's get started with our mental math and fluency. Remember, this is quick. Mental math is in our head. If you do need to pause, you can, but hopefully we can solve quickly in our heads, and we don't need to do that. So our first subtraction problem to get our brains ready to subtract is 20 minus 10. What is the difference between 20 minus 10? Difference is the answer we get when we subtract. 20 minus 10 is like 2 minus 1. 2 tens minus 1 10 equals 10. You got it. All right, our next one is 50 minus 20. 50 minus 20 is like 5 minus 2. 5 tens minus 2 tens equals 30. And then we have 60 minus 40, which is like 6 minus 4. And 6 minus 4 gives us 2. So 60 minus 40 is 20. Fantastic. Moving on to level 2. Now in level 2, we're going to have one number in the ones place and a 0 in the other number. Oh, 70 minus 20. Not quite there yet. 70 minus 20. So 7 minus 2 is how I can help myself solve this one. Put a 0 in the back. 7 tens minus 2 tens equals 50. All right, 65 minus 10. So we have 65. So we do have a 5 in the ones place there. Nothing's going to change with the ones place. We're only changing the tens. So we take 1 10 away from the 6 tens that's already there. And 65 turns to 55. We have 81 minus 30. Again, we're going to keep that number in the ones place. Nothing's going to change there. And it's just the tens place changing. So 8 minus 3 is where the change is happening. So 81 minus 30 gives us 51. Excellent. And level 3, moving on. Here we go. Let's take a look. 75 minus 25. So now we have the same number again in the ones place. And it's 5 being taken away from 5. So when you take the same number away from itself, you end up with a 0. And then we have to do our tens. 7 minus 2. So 75 minus 25 gives us a difference of 50. We have 82 minus 42. So 2 minus 2 is going to give us a 0. We always start in the ones place with subtraction and addition when we have more than a one-digit number. And then 80 minus 40. So 82 minus 42 gives us 40. And finally, 91 minus 41. So I'm going to do my 1 minus 1, get my 0, and then 9 minus 4. So 91 minus 41 equals 50. Fantastic. So let's move on to our math message. For your math message, you're going to make a ballpark estimate for 93 minus 68. Remember, ballpark estimates are finding a friendly number. So you look at the 93, you look at the 68, and think about which one would be one where I could make a friendly 10 and use that to help me make an estimate. Now, I would also like for you to try and actually find out the answer for 93 minus 68. So set it up on your paper from top to bottom, 93 on the top minus 68. Remember, if that bigger number is on the top, then there's no need to stop. But when that bigger number is on the floor, which it will be here, you're going to have to go next door. So I want for you to write this out on a piece of paper or a whiteboard, whatever you've been using to do your math facts on. You're going to pause the video, and then after you have solved it, you're going to come back and we're going to take a look at it together. All right, so if you are watching this, this means that you already came up with your ballpark estimate and you tried to solve 93 minus 68. So what we have here is our ballpark estimate, which is what we're going to start with. So what I decided to do is I said, okay, 93 is close to 90, but then I'm going to have to do 90 minus 68, and it's going to be a little bit trickier for me to do in my head. So then I looked at the other number and I said, well, 68 is also really close to 70. And it would be a lot easier for me to just say 93 minus 70. So that's what I went with. So I said 93 minus 70, and it gave me 23. All right. So then what I did is I solved the actual problem, and I did that over here. So I said 93 minus 68. See, I set it up. Okay. And I said, okay, my bigger number's on the floor, so I have to go next door. So I went next door to my tens, and I took a 10 back with me. So those 9 tens then turned into 8 tens. So they brought that 110 back home with me. There it is right there. And I put it with the 3 ones that was already there. So I had 3 ones, and then I added 10 to get 13. Now I can subtract. So 13 minus 8 gave me 5, and 8 minus 6 gave me 2. So 23 was my estimate, and 25 is my actual. That is pretty close. So I know because I added 2 here to get 70, right, that this one here is going to be 2 more. So that was a really accurate estimate. Only 2 away from each other. I can pretty much guarantee that I did my subtraction correctly. Now, if we were going to use base 10 blocks, so if we're going to use base 10 blocks, which I'm going to pull up right here, hide this guy. Hopefully I can find them. I think it's right here. Yep. All right. So if I have 93, I would have 9 of these guys. 2, 3, remember these are each 10. 4, that's 40. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so there's my 9. And then I have my 3. 1, 2, 3. So I don't have to do anything with this number here as far as base 10 blocks because I'm subtracting. So 93 is the only number I need to make with my blocks. Now I'm taking away 68. Okay? But I don't have enough ones here to take away 8. So I have to go next door to my 10s. So that's what we're going to do right here. Okay, so I'm going to go to this 10 right here. And this 10 is going to be a part of the ones now. So I had 9 10s over here. I'm going to take this 10. We're going to put that guy out of there for a second because I want to move him. Okay. So we're going to take this 10 and we're going to put him over here. Now, this would be broken into single blocks at this point. So what I now need to do, now that I have 13 over here, now I need to take away my 8. So I'm going to take away my, get our lines up here. There they are. So we're going to take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And now let's see what we have left. I have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Okay, so that's where that 8 comes from. And then I have my 13 here. From that 13, I took away 8, and I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's where that 5 comes from. Now I need to take away this 6 10s. So I'm going to take away those 6 10s. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I took away my 68, and I'm left with 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we typically don't use base 10 blocks, actually to, in our hands, in person to solve these, but we're using them to show you, right, why this happens, why we have to go next door to take a 10 and bring it back home with us, okay? This is how you're going to solve two-digit subtraction, by crossing out your 10, taking one away, and then bringing it back over to your ones and adding to it. So for today, I'm going to have another video posted to help give us a little bit more practice with our two-digit subtraction, and we will have a sheet as well. All right, guys. Out of all these.